Good evening, one and all, and welcome to a prelude to Arkham, Massachusetts, in which we go back 100 years to 1925.
So like 1905 or something?
Yeah, exactly. That's how it feels in our hearts, except no, because it's 2025 already. Did you guys realize that this century is 1/4 gone?
Don't be mean to me.
2050 is the same direction as 2020 or 22,000.
Anyway, my name's Philip. I'm the keeper of this game, and I am surrounded by several wonderful players. Say good evening, players.
Good evening.
Good evening, players.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Hit.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year
The
to us
horrors
all.
persist, but so do I.
Well in body, but rumpled in spirit.
Wow.
No longer hungover, so
So winning. Okay.
I would say rumpled in body and spirit.
That's you're rumpled in both body and spirit.
Braggy, not all of us.
I'm just rumpled right now.
I'm fully rumpled.
I'm rumpish.
I was about to say I wish that I'd thing is if I talked sooner it would have taken it away. What I wanted to say there was I was like Lauren's about to say she's rumpish because then she said she was.
Is anyone
It's my favorite word that I made up.
It's a good word.
You say it a lot. So
It's when you're feeling like not great, but like you could push through, and you're just like a little irritated. You're rumpish.
Proud of you, Lauren.
Thank you.
You know what?
I'm not irritated right now, though.
Like Shakespeare, you just make up words whenever you want.
It's true. Now I've got to put them in place.
Why not? That's what words are for.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt that. Well, speaking of things I've always felt, let's talk a little bit about what we're doing in tonight's Prelude game. First of all, this is the third we've done, but the first in which we've had this whole group with us. Our previous ones were kind of a little like we had Lauren and Zane doing a little bit of a couples retreat into inviting a persecuted woman into their home. Then we had Dan, Liv, and Nicole for a look during the Revolutionary War, when some Hessian mercenaries were causing trouble and you guys were being privateers and looking for books. And in both cases, the players made choices that were very much like let's not take things off the rails. Let's not go too crazy. Let's not make deals or open books or read incantations that will really kick this one shot up. So I'm anticipating another very sedate and smooth session tonight, where we fast forward. I think when last we checked in, we were in 1781. So we're jumping about 140 years to 1925, when Arkham, Massachusetts is a rather... It is still a small town. I think the population is around 36,000, but it is a bustling place. It is Miskatonic University is a hotbed of activity, but in these 20s we also have a good deal of industry is here. There's a lot of textile manufacturing, sort of in part of the town. So there's this is a place you can go to make money and get work, and that has attracted all sorts of people to town. We will talk about some of these folks here in a bit. But I do think one thing I need you all to do before we start that is let's talk about our luck for the evening. Can you all please roll 3d6 so we can dictate the luck of these interesting characters who you'll be playing? And by interesting, I mean these are more pre-gens that I just kind of frantically rolled up today.
Is the 6 the one that's got the 3 numbers on each side?
The
Six is the regular die.
6 is the 6 is the 6 is the cube.
One that has 6 sides.
The one that has the
The Monopoly one.
Guess what I rolled?
What did you roll?
Guess.
666.
666, number of the beast?
No, better than that.
What?
333.
Wait, do I add them up or are they individual rolls?
You add them up.
Guess what I add up to?
Oh, I got 13.
Yeah.
That is too statistically high a thing for it to be too fun in this, but Noted. However, with a 13, that does get you to a 65 for your luck.
Excellent. I just
You
love
say
that that was the
roll
first
it
roll
6
of the night.
times?
So you're gonna
Roll it
roll.
three times.
You're gonna roll
Three
three times and
okay.
add them together.
First roll of the night was a 13, baby.
It was a 13.
I rolled 12, so I'm at 60.
You're at 60. As long as 12 times 5 is 60. Lauren, how'd you do?
I got 8 total.
8 total. You have 40 luck.
Nice.
How did you do? What is Winnie Peck's luck like?
11.
11. All right, so 55. So Liv is the luckiest. Lauren is the unluckiest. And that's also true because Lauren's character is over 40 years old, which means we deducted points from her appearance. That is a rule that this game has that I was like, I'm just rolling with it today, but for the future, that seems kind of... Actually...
Bill, you know who did not make this game?
Who?
Jacket Girl.
Jacket Girl. Which Jacket Girl would have been like,
She
yeah,
would have been into my
every
character.
decade older. No, your character is a baby compared to what she wants. Every
thank you.
decade older the men get, add 10 to their appearance, and 20 to my desire for them, and 30 to how hot a jacket I'll wear.
Jesus.
I love Jacket Girl. Boy, Jacket Girl's interesting. No, you know what? I will say this, and this is, let's say that rule maybe does make sense in the 1920s.
Yeah.
These days, with proper skincare and just nutrients and
I'm almost
living.
40.
Yeah, these bitches in the 20s didn't know about hyaluronic
Yeah.
acid.
Exactly. There was no micellar water in the 1920s. If there was
No.
if there wasn't one thing, is that I say that right? Or is it micellar?
Close
it's
enough.
two
That's
L's.
micellar.
You're close enough.
Micellar or micellar.
Did you like my
No, Philip, it's
But
pronounced
it's
more
not
like the original
Spanish, Philip.
micellar?
My cellular?
Micellar.
Micellar. Well, so in any event, we now know the luck of our characters. Has everybody written that on their sheets?
Mm-hmm.
typed it in.
Wonderful. I like it. All right, so
Zane, are you vacuuming? Sorry.
Yes. Remember that little squishy ball that we got? So we got this squishy ball that if you squish it, it has... Oh, did you see that pop out?
Yeah.
It has like little beads inside of it. And I squished it and they exploded everywhere.
Zane, you need to
Oh,
stop
no.
exploding your little beads on stream.
oh my god.
So I'm gonna just do this for a second, but I'm here.
Make sure Jordy doesn't eat any.
That's why I'm doing this.
That's why he's doing it.
You know, Philip, our first stream of 2025 is really getting off to a hot start.
It really is. And I have to say, if this is a sign of things to come,
We'll be serious acting.
make a hunt about come whenever you want to.
I
I got lots of plan B. We're okay.
Okay. Well, that's good. Laura's just slapping the wallet, slapping the little.
Birth control.
Yeah, the little.
I have an IUD,
The
so I
little folio.
can't show off my birth
Can't
control.
slap that.
Yep, I do too. Don't keep condoms in the wallet though, folks.
No.
Because they're bad and you shouldn't use them because they dull the senses. Yeah, gotcha.
I'm a eunuch, so we're fine.
Well,
He has
speaking of, he has what? Please finish whatever that was going to be.
Jordy has been fixed.
Jordy is a dog for anyone who is not familiar with Lauren and Zane. Okay. Well, now that excitement is it's still going on. Realistically, who am I kidding? We're all very interested in this vacuuming of the beads. Let's talk a little bit about Arkham. The city, which we saw in its infancy as a village in the 1600s, kind of grow to a sort of a semi-prosperous shipping town. 1700s and now in the early 20th century is a moderate city, you know, outside Boston. It's akin to Kingsport, Worcester. I don't want to talk about some of those other cities in Boston, but around Boston. But the point is, it's a, Foxborough. It's bigger than Foxborough, I think, at this point. So, this is an era that we've all known from sort of movies and books and things. This is sort of the so-called Jazz Age. We are in the sort of full swing of Prohibition, which is both makes things complicated, but also for certain people makes things very profitable. You know, there are certain people who have kind of cornered the market on moving those substances who really probably wouldn't really want Prohibition to end, because then their control over it would be gone. It's also a town where, a lot of business is conducted. That requires both people who can sort of practice the law, but also requires for those who have extra money, someone who can sort of, make documents that are notable, maybe look particularly special and nice. It's a place that has enough people with income that people in sort of varying kinds of support or service industries might be drawn there as well, whether it's people to sort of perform and lighten the spirits, or people who simply will serve the not alcohol that people can drink in most establishments. So that is where we're going to be starting our game. In 1925 in Arkham. As we get into this, I think actually I would like you all to tell me your characters, just so we can kind of get the picture of this before we jump into things. Dan, let's start with you.
Yes, I am playing a man named Borland Snow, and he is involved in the illicit transportation of banned substances into the city from outer places.
Okay.
AKA bootlegging bitches.
What do you look like?
Yeah, he's a bigger, based on this, he got 85 size, so he's like a pretty big dude. He's got like, he's got like his, his suit jacket on, his like, the hat I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Like that hat, like the hat kind of hat they're wearing, like Peaky Blinders, like grandpa's wearing now. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That kind of hat. Yeah. Yeah, he's nothing to look at, but you'll notice him because he's imposing.
Okay. I'm just gonna write has that kind of hat.
Yeah.
All right. Also, Borland, you do have a car.
That's right, I do.
Uh,
Does it have a false bench in the back?
You can probably have a false bench, but this is the booming era of the Model T. This is when the Model T Ford was very much king of the road. That being said, if you'd rather have like a Studebaker or a Packard or even a Chevrolet, you could have that. What kind of car do you think you're? But here's the thing. Do you want a big car that's showy, or do you want, because the Model T Ford in this era is like the equivalent of like a Honda Civic. It's just everywhere. It's kind of the most nondescript vehicle.
I would say, given that my credit rating is like a 21, I would probably go like, it wouldn't be ostentatious. It's something that is like, it's more workmanlike than anything. So probably the Model T, just like, I got a job to do,
Yeah. Well, there you go. So you have a Model T Ford, and your driving score.
You know what it did? You know what the Model T Ford did?
What's that?
It made the people want to get up and go. That's the music, man.
I know. My mind goes to Ragtime. About the
chamber music. It'll grab your son. Yeah.
But the problem with the Model T Ford is it's made by Henry Ford was a kind of a problematic guy.
Yeah.
I mean, who wasn't from the 1920s, honestly?
Yeah. Well, speaking of problematic women, Lauren, let's talk about your character.
Inez Ballard. She is an older woman. She wears pants. Very controversial. She's never married, but she's had some roommates throughout her life. There's been whispers, nothing confirmed.
Oh.
but she makes she's not well off at all, but she's able to make a living. She's not very well off, but she has beautiful handwriting, so she makes her way by doing signs, writing invitations, writing letters for people. You wouldn't expect it by looking at her because she's not a real looker, but she's got beautiful handwriting. So she does calligraphy. She's got a couple connections in town, nobody high up, but she hears a few things here and there and is able to stay away from the people that she needs to, offer her services to the people who might be able to pay well.
Okay. Also, this is just a thing to you. Notice if you scroll down to the bottom, this describes a couple of your relatives in town.
Oh, I know. I'm not mentioning them, though.
Understood. But just, these are people you can be aware of if you'd like to, if you ever want to talk
Yep.
about that. Well, great. All right. Well, good to know. And she pronounces it Inez.
Inez.
Understood.
Yeah.
Let's now move on to Clara.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit
Clara-
about Clara Arnold, Esquire.
Claire Arnold is an attorney. She went to Boston Law, which has been admitting women since the 1800s. Thank you very much.
Boston Law?
Boston Law School,
Oh,
based on a very, very fast Google search I just did.
fair enough.
Maybe incorrect, and if so, no, it isn't. Shush. But I'm pretty sure. So she's in her 30s. She has her degree. She's been a practicing litigator for some time now. She's of moderate appearance, not unwholesome to look at, but not like the apple of anyone's eye in the room, which is probably why she went into law. But she's fine. She does fine for herself. Highly educated, fairly intelligent. And she too often wears pantsuits, although when she's in court and she feels the need to really win, she defers to the more feminine trappings of the time. Often has her cloche hat on, and if she is in pants, it's like a nice vested, palazzo pants, vest, tie, the whole shebang. Very smart.
Understood.
Even though people might not approve, she's still very smart. She does have a boyfriend, more for the sake of simply not being bothered with the question. They have lunch every other Tuesday at 12:30 p.m.
Wait a minute. Do Clara and Inez, do they know each other? Are they
I don't know. We'll find out.
oh my god, are Lauren
They
and
might go
Liv
to the
doing
same
it
bars.
again? Are they doing it again? I
Not
think they're doing it
again.
Clara, I'm almost positive we're talking about the Boston University School of Law.
Yes.
Does that sound?
Well,
Yeah. Well, I just have to know if you're a garbage person because you went to BU, and you did.
oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. I went to school up there, and I don't care for Boston University.
I would have said
Yeah,
Yale, but
because
they
the
didn't
school
start
lost to
admitting
my
people until
favorite school
after
in
the
the
end of World War One.
You're fine. No, you're
I-
fine. You went to BU. It's fine. Clara sucks and it's bad. We get it. Let's move
He is a
on.
litigator.
Well, that's true. But let us move on to Winnie, Peck.
Yes. So I am playing a character named Winifred, but she goes by Winnie Peck. She's an entertainer. She does a lot of vaudeville. She's hoping to get into the pictures. She is pretty. She's a pretty attractive person. She's used to turning heads, and she's very charming, and she loves to utilize that charm to get whatever she wants. Because God forbid she should be wanting anything. She has an uncle who is the chief reporter for the Gazette, which is definitely helpful when it comes to getting good reviews for her shows. She wants to make a splash, and is hoping that that's going to move her, more towards the films. She isn't really used to having to worry about things and work too hard for things because things just kind of happen for her. So she does have a little bit of a unpleasant temperament at times.
Okay. I'm actually going to mention one other thing about Winnie. This is something that will be new to all of the players. So, Nicole, you're on the same page with everyone about this. I have rebuilt this sheet slightly to reflect some new skills that the Arkham book, which even when we move to the future, has. One of those skills is Reassure, which is the top entry in the sort of fourth column. Winnie has actually, I put extra points in Reassure for you, since based on how it works, it seemed like it was logical too. The rest of you, Reassure tends to be a fifth of your appearance score, and Reassure is basically a skill that like allows you to help calm people down, which in times can actually be really handy because you can literally give people sanity back if you just like can soothe them properly. And for some reason, it's based purely on what you look like. I should add, by the way, that this appearance in this game is not purely physical appearance. It is kind of like overall charisma, etc., but it is mainly what you look like, because...
Hey, I know how to calm someone down.
It's the halo effect.
Exactly.
Master Chief?
Okay.
Yes, Master Chief would calm all of us down.
Speaking of calming, Zane, take us home.
The name's Thomas Durfee. Thomas is a waiter at a local oyster restaurant. Philip, do you have names of restaurants locked and loaded? Or...
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. Oyster.
Shuck Shack.
Nothing on that, but restaurants. Let's see. Food and drinks restaurants. Anton's, Aunt Lucy's, Bee's, Bell Cafe, Church Street Cafeteria, Cobb's Creamery, Crawford's Restaurant, Denison's Ice Cream Emporium. Anton's? Okay.
Anton's is the vibe I was going for. So
all right. You were a waiter at Anton's.
At Anton's. And his appearance, he kind of looks like Martin Freeman. You know, Bilbo Baggins.
The one and only.
He's just a waiter, man. He's just there. He's a good enough waiter to keep a job there. He's 26 years old, and yeah, you probably wouldn't remember him if you ate there. But if you saw him again, you'd be like, "Oh, I think I remember you." Like at the end of your meal.
That's so interesting. Anton's Restaurant doesn't even get an entry here. It's just listed as a place in town. Well, perfect. Then that's definitely where you work. Well. Oh, wait. No, here we go. Anton's Restaurant. It's an Italian joint. Supper cost 50 to 65 cents. Oh. But the clientele often includes members of certain familial organizations that Borland Snow is probably very familiar with. Thomas, one thing you would know, Mr. Durfee, is that Joe Petrello doesn't pay the bill and you never ask. So just if Joe Petrello's in there, you don't
Nobody
ask him
asked
to pay
Mr.
the bill.
Fellow.
Does he tip though?
No.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
wondering.
All right. Well, Anton's Restaurant. Well, friends, I think that based on that, Anton's Restaurant is probably where we're going to begin our tale tonight. Here in 1925 in Arkham. So, Clara and Inez. I made a joke earlier, but do you know one another for real?
I don't think we decided.
No, I honestly don't think we do. If I'm picking up what she's putting down, we've probably been to the same speakeasies, but I don't think we've interacted.
Understood. So, are you dining alone
Personally, do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I think it's possible we could cross paths someday if I needed maybe a notary.
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, then I guess here is my question, and this is entirely up to all of you. Borland, you probably dine here on occasion. given your jobs and the people here.
Yeah.
Inez and Clara, what brings you in? Who would you be dining with on a night like this, or are you going to stop in to get some Italian food on your own? Some Italian food featuring, and they do have oysters there too. Zane
What day
has
of the
said
week
it.
is it?
I cannot believe I don't have a day of the week die. An 8 shall mean, I don't know. An 8 means a reroll.
Roll.
2 means a Monday.
So I'd probably be meeting with a client
All right.
for dinner. Sure. Maybe.
Okay. So,
Or waiting for them. Whether or not they show.
you have come here to meet with a client. Well, do you think on occasion you defend individuals who are, shall we say, connected? Do you ever?
Perhaps.
Okay. Well, then I think I know your client. It's one Borland Snow, a young man who has a traffic infraction that he needs your help clearing. So you have arrived to meet Mr. Snow. Inez, who would you be dining with here?
I feel like she might be like redoing like they might be talking about a restructuring of the menu.
Okay, so you're here for perfect. All right.
Yeah, but they'll pay her, but also they'll give her a tab
Sure.
so they can pay her
Okay.
less. But she's like, you know what? Love the food.
Redesign of menu. I like that. Winnie. We'll say it's a Monday night, so the theaters are dark.
Okay.
So, what brings you in to Anton's on the lower south side of Arkham on a Monday night?
Maybe she is meeting with someone who is pitching her a new play that she's considering
Okay.
taking on as a project.
Interesting. All right. Do you think... Well, Winnie is kind of a respectable person. She's from a nice family. But that's an interesting idea. We'll say, Okay, perfect. So Winnie, you are here to meet with a gentleman named Lou Benito. Lou is interested in, Lou is he's interested in, like, kind of expanding. He has a little bit of money. He's trying to do this, and he wanted to talk to you about a new theatrical production. Lou Benito is his name. Okay. All right. This is fun. Well, it's fun for me. For you guys, we haven't really started yet. And finally, what could Thomas Durfee possibly be doing here on a Monday night?
He's the help.
Very good. So Thomas, as you sort of come in for the day, I will notice that Camilla Del Papa, that's kind of the missus of this joint. She's Mrs. Anton. She is back in the kitchen, sort of like handling all sorts of business. And she's brought in this woman who does these menus. So she is kind of like in a back room with this young woman, Inez. You know that there are a couple of reservations on the books for tonight. Have been sort of called in. One of them is a surprise. It is Lou. Now, you know Joe Petrello. Joe Petrello has to what?
He doesn't
Pay the bill. Exactly.
pay his bills.
What's interesting, though, is this guy, Lou Benito, he he works for Joe. He's kind of Joe's guy. He's usually comes in, he doesn't eat. This must be his night off. Because he's on the books for like a nice, like white tablecloth. He wants a nice table. He picked out a table. It's been written in there. I want you to give me a psychology roll on this.
Yes, Daddy. It's a 96. But you know what? Why don't I push it?
Well, you can push it because a 96, since you're over 50 on psychology,
Oh.
that is sadly not a fumble. So yeah, go ahead. What do we roll?
Oh, for the push?
Yeah.
A 13.
Nice.
How nice.
Oh, a 13, huh?
Does this do anything?
Well, it does, in fact. If you would please, so man, so technically our first roll tonight, since it was pushed, is a 13. Thomas, my dear, sweet Thomas.
Wow. That was good.
Could you please... Oh, you know what? Something might actually have to pop up over the thing here. Ignore this if... Yeah, hi everyone. Sorry out there in whatever land. Okay. Had to open a book I didn't have open. Would you please make a sanity roll for me, my friend? What's your sanity score?
45.
45! Oh, you do not have high sanity, my friend. This could be cool.
57.
Push that roll.
You want to push it? Pushing
Push it.
sanity can be a really bad situation. But
Push a sanity. Let's start this night off right.
Okay. So we're going to have real different vibes of...
39.
Is that a success? It is.
That's a success.
Wow. He
2 push rolls tonight.
skated it. So yeah, as you can tell, if you ever roll a 13.
Wait, did you say 39?
He did say
So
39.
a multiple of 13?
I'm not doing multiples of 13. That will be too much. But if you roll 13s in this game, you will have to roll a sanity, as a madness could
I love
take
it,
you.
Philip.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So that's fun. I thought it would be a while before that was revealed, but instead...
Nope. Multiple 13s already tonight, Philip.
So, Zane, I'm going to say that as you look at that, you for a moment have this like overwhelming like kind of like tunnel vision of like, oh man, you're not sure what to do. But also a 13, going back to the thing, is that a hard success for you for your psychology?
It is a hard success.
You suspect that Mr. Benito should probably be treated with kind of something approaching the respect you show to Mr. Petrello. So you probably should really try to take care of him the nice way you always do, and you should not expect him to pay a bill. You could, if you wanted to, check in with Anton, the head chef, with Mr. Del Papa, but he's busy, and if you just want to assume... Ordinarily, you might actually ask Camilla, the boss lady, but since she's talking to this other person, you probably suspect you should just not charge him and just assume that was the right thing to do. Okay, great. In the meantime, however, so as you're sort of preparing that table, you do see... you see a guy who's been in here every once in a while, Borland Snow. He's kind of hanging out. But you see another, a well-dressed woman enter. She kind of has a professional bearing. Looks like a lawyer. Are you, do you think you're in a skirt or pants today, Clara?
Since we're at a restaurant, I'll have dressed in a skirt.
Okay, so she's in a skirt, so she's not a monster. She's not like the weird one back there with the boss lady who's wearing pants. She has so little respect for the old ways.
I'm in a skirt suit because it was Monday. Mondays I will wear them.
Understood. So, but you see that she comes in, and you see Borland kind of like steps over to her. So as you're finishing this very nice table you're putting together for Mr. Benito, you see that someone is coming in, kind of maybe meeting someone here. They're still kind of over at the entrance. But at this point, Borland and Clara, if you'd like to say a few words to one another, you're welcome to do so.
Ma'am, thanks for meeting me here.
Hello, Mr. Snow.
Yes, shall we get seated
Yes.
to talk about this, figure this out?
Yes, let's get to business.
All right, so they sort of gesture to you, Thomas, if you want to go.
Oh, welcome to you both. I'd like to have you take a seat wherever you like. The place is yours. How about the booth over here?
Is it very?
Yeah, something in the back, please. Something kind of a little out of the way, please.
Yes, we don't want anyone overhearing us too much.
Discreet it is. Let's move over this way.
Thank you.
Be here. Have a seat, please. Here for a date? Nice night? Anniversary?
No, it's
It's more business than pleasure, you know?
exactly.
Business. Very well. I'll have your menus here. Can I get you a drink? Anything?
Philip, what do I know about this place?
It's a good
Regarding-
question. So, it's a very good question. Borland, especially because you, if anyone, would know all about it. So, I think you don't even need to roll this. This restaurant will serve certain Italian wines in soda glasses.
All right, yeah. I'd like. Can I get a
You ask for an
can I get
Italian
Eagle
soda.
Fly, please?
Just winks. And for you, miss?
Would I know, like, am I reading what he's putting down with his drink order?
That is a great question. I think that you should...
She'll take an Eagle to Fly, too.
Sure. Why don't you do a psychology roll on that, Clara?
Okay. That is a 24.
24. So, yeah, you definitely...
That's a hard success.
Hard success. You 100% understand. I mean, you know the nature of your client's business, and you understand the nature of this request he's making. It's not hard for you to follow. He's ordering you alcohol.
I'll just hold up my... Yeah. Oh, he's already ordered for me. That's right. So.
He's ordered for you. But you're
I'm a gentleman.
but you'll consent to this because some people may not want, such libations in these times.
Yep.
All right. So, Thomas, you can go back and get them their drinks. As you do so, you step into the back. You might hear Inez speaking to Carmilla. Carmilla is saying, I want it to look fancy.
Of course it'll look fancy.
No,
That's
fancy.
what I do.
Yeah, but like the can I
Okay,
have
you
the
want flourishes
frills?
and the embellishments? Of course I can do that.
What are those? Honey, what are
Embellishments.
those?
The curls.
Yeah, the curls.
The swoopies
Well, why
and the
don't you
loopies.
say this?
Well, because
Thomas, how is it out there? Is it busy?
Not too busy tonight. We've got a couple folks in the booths there, and I need to make some Italian sodas.
Thomas, while you're at it, can you make me one?
An Italian soda?
Go ahead. You can make one.
Okay, coming right up.
I don't know why. Okay, but listen.
He knows I always get those. Okay, it's gonna be super. Okay, the swirlies and the whirlies, I can do all of those, but you can't do them too much. You can do them in the title of the actual menu item, but you can't do them in the description. It'll get too messy.
I don't want
and
too
muddled.
much. No, I don't want anything in the description. That's typed.
No, typed. You don't think I can do regular font?
Well, how much is that going to cost?
I'll give you a deal. If you give me another credit for this restaurant, but I want a booth.
Wait. So as they go over this, Thomas, as you're sort of gathering, Italian sodas, bringing them out to various people. As you get out there, you notice a very, and we've just been making such a big deal of it, so we'll keep on doing it. This just like stunningly attractive woman walks in, just like so gorgeous, like at least an 85 in appearance, just walks in.
Miss, welcome to Anton's. How may I be at your service?
I'm supposed to be meeting a director here, I think.
Director, bigwig?
His name is... I don't remember. I'm looking at my piece of paper, which says...
Lou Benito.
Lou Benito?
Oh, Mr. Benito. Yes, miss. Please, follow me. Right here.
Are you carrying Italian sodas this whole time?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So where you take her to the nicest table you've set up?
Yeah.
Very good. All right. What do you? How are you gonna pull her chair out, Thomas? What are you doing, buddy?
Really nervously with like just fingertips.
What about the Italian sodas?
He puts them down on the table. I'm sorry. Would you like one of these? They're not. How old are you? I'm sorry, Miss. Please have a seat. What can I get you a drink?
Just water for now. I think. Is Mr. Benito here?
Oh, Mr. Benito will be on his way. Don't you worry.
Okay, I'm just not sure if I'm at the right place. This is just
you're
not
at the right place. You're at Anton's.
my normal.
Benito comes here.
Okay.
Okay. Have a seat. I'm so sorry for everything. Please read the menu. It's good. It's good food. We have good food. And
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Are you in the movies?
Not yet, but hopefully very soon.
Well, Mr. Benito might be able to help you with that. And
I hope so.
good luck.
I'll look at the menu. No, thank you.
He kind of messily takes all the drinks and drops them off to Mr. Snow and Ms. Arnold.
All right, cool. Not too long thereafter, as Winnie is looking over her menu, as Borland and Clara, are you also looking over your menu, or are you guys just getting down to business?
Kind of looking at it, kind of talking business, you know.
Yes, I'm taking my time with it.
Understood. Gonna take a little time. I like it. All right. Inez, and as you are looking over menus in a very different context, the door opens. A woman walks in. She's wearing an expensive dress, modestly cut. She has long brown hair kind of pulled back in a hat on her head. She looks like she's dressed to go out for the evening. She looks around the place and she sees Winnie at the table.
Do I know her or no?
Winnie, a great question. Roll a luck for me. So you'll roll your...
As a refresher,
You do your D100, exactly.
Uh, 60.
60. And your luck, sadly, is a 55. So, and I don't recommend pushing your luck. So you have never seen this woman before.
Okay.
That being said, you're probably watching the door more closely than anyone. So, why don't you give me a psychology as you're trying to take a read on this woman?
22.
22. That for you, because it's under your blue number, is a hard success.
Okay.
So you get a strange impression off of this woman. She seems very calm, very cold, very intent. Her eyes scan the room. They pass over a few people in booths on one side or another. They scan and They see Borland and Claire on the other side, and then they land on you. And she walks towards you. She moves very slowly, deliberately. Step, step, step. It's almost hypnotic. She stares at you the whole time and reaches the edge of your table. And she says, "Are you the actress?"
Yes. Sorry, have I met you before? Maybe I forgot.
No. Thomas, you see this woman approaching Winnie.
Excuse me, miss. Can I help you? Miss, what's your name? And I'm gesturing to Winnie.
Oh, I'm Winifred. Winnie.
Miss Winifred, Winnie is... She has an important meeting. You're not with Mr. Benito, are you?
Mr. Benito won't be coming.
Are you Mr. Benito's proxy, then?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, please, I'm so sorry. Have a seat, please. Miss Winifred, Winnie, this is the proxy of Mr. Benito.
She sits down very slowly and stares at Winnie. Her eyes are dark and sharp. It's unpleasant. And she's boring 2 holes right into you as she looks at you. Eventually she'll say, "You're the actress?"
Yes, yeah. I am Winnie Peck. I was supposed to come here to talk about a play or a new project.
Yes. Good. We can get started.
Yes, yeah, I would love to get started.
Good. Good.
Here's a menu if you wanted to look over the menu and see what they have.
She looks at it for a long time. No, then sets it down. Are you ready to hear about the play?
Yes, I would love nothing more than to hear about the play.
Good. In the meantime, Borland and Clara. That was... I don't want to say that was a, disruptive thing. I don't think that was like a massive kind of, like... It's not like stuff's breaking on the floor, but it was notable. I would think, Borland, you're probably keeping your eyes out. And
I mean, is this woman a looker, or like? I mean, she's sitting down with a looker, that's for sure.
The woman who has come in is not certainly. I mean, she's nowhere near Winnie Peck. I mean, my God, who is? But she's. I'll say this: she is striking.
Interesting.
She diverts your attention.
I'm keeping an eye over there.
Okay. You probably noticed that, Clara. You probably see him sort of looking at this woman, kind of, not paying full attention to any conversations you may be having.
Mr. Snow,
What? Sorry.
surely you want to keep your attention at our conversation.
Yeah, I mean, look, listen. There's just something, something off about that dame. Something's interesting about her. But yeah, look, I get it. Yeah, you'll handle all the court stuff, right? It'll be taken care of completely. No one the
I've
wiser.
not yet agreed to take your case. What do you mean there's something off over there?
I don't know. It's just an interesting dame.
Can I look and do? What would I be doing?
Well, I mean, I hate for it to be so many psychology roles. If you'd like to pick another role that you might feel would be the most appropriate thing, or you could literally just do a spot hidden if you want to take like a very close look at her.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
That's a harder role, but sure.
sure. Try a spot hidden.
Give it an old
Give it a go.
law school try. Oh, 23, and mine's what? Is it 20? Oh, it's 25!
Oh, so you.
I thought it was 20, huh?
Here is what you notice about this woman with a normal success. She is wearing very, very, very nice clothes that do not really fit her.
They're too big.
Her dress seems a little big. Her hat seems a little small. Her shoes also seem too big. They're all very nice and clean, but her clothes don't fit.
Alright, so she shops secondhand. It's nothing really. I suppose. Too odd there.
No, I mean like just the way the thing, how she's given off. I don't know. Whatever. Just all right. Yeah. So you'll take the case. We'll figure it out.
No, I've not yet agreed to take your case, Mr. Snow.
I
Would
mean,
you
it seems
please start?
it's pretty open and shut to me. I just need someone to do the work.
I need you to walk me through all of the particulars.
It's a little traffic incident. I mean, what's more there to say?
Well, what exactly is the little traffic incident?
Is there anything pertinent that I can't just make up on the spot about the traffic incident, Philip?
I think you, Dan, do whatever you'd like to about the traffic incident. Oh, do you want the name of a cop you hate?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Where's that guy's name? I just had him. Yeah, this guy. Luther Harden. Ah, that guy sucks. Luther Harden is the worst.
Would I have any history with Mr. Harden?
Oh, of course. He's a cop. He's a cop. He's the chief detective or the head detective in town. Yeah, you know that guy for sure.
Good history, bad history.
Make a luck roll.
Alright. Oof, not good luck. 91.
He is a problem. He does not care for you, probably because you're a woman. That's the only reason you could possibly think of. He's
Reason enough for a lot of men in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, so there's this Harden copper, right? He's on my case all the time. He just thinks he thinks that I'm doing suspicious activities.
Was Harden the arresting officer?
Negligent to the fabric of society is what he calls it, But sorry, what did you say?
Was Harden the arresting officer?
Well, I mean, arresting is a strong term, but he was the one involved in the encounter, we shall say.
I appreciate the joke, Mr. Snow. Yes, I've run up against Mr. Harden before.
Right, and he's a prick. Sucks.
I wouldn't use quite those crude terms, but yes, he is.
I would.
Difficult.
Right.
Character.
Yeah, exactly. And look, he has no really actual reasons that would make sense for him to go after me for, other than he just thinks that I'm a bad kind of guy. And listen, I'm a great guy. I'm just trying to
Mr.
make
Snow, I don't care if you did or didn't do it. I simply care if I can defend you. So I need to know the particulars so I can determine if your case is winnable.
I mean, what even is winnable in the court of law,
Well, we get you
I don't know.
off.
That's why I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what even is winnable? I'm not the lawyer here.
I'll tell you the difference between winnable, Mr. Snow. We either get you off or you find yourself spending your days getting others off.
Why do I have to be in jail for that?
All right, Mr. Snow. Let's walk through your case again. And then can we cut to somebody?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start talking
Sure.
about the case.
Understood. I apologize. I was just enjoying that. In the meantime, Thomas, as you're sort of getting various items and things from the kitchen, you sort of hear Anton calling for Carmilla, and so she'll sort of stop and she'll tell Inez, like, I gotta go deal with this, okay? And she kind of walks over there.
I do have a question. Would she be a typist too?
Probably not in this era. Yeah, probably really just
but,
stuff by hand. Yeah.
But she would be able to write out stuff.
You could write stuff by hand. I mean,
basic.
oftentimes copy is now typeset these days, and you're only sort of doing this stuff. But a fancy restaurant, you can make a strong case for, like, no, the whole thing should be script. It'll be beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Absolutely. So you sort of step back and you see that Thomas is there, and Inez, I know I've just done this a lot for everyone, but why don't you give me a psychology roll? I don't know if that's even a strength of yours, but...
Psychology or sanity?
Psychology.
Okay.
I want you to see what you make of this young man as he sort of steps back and with his shaking hands and weirdness.
Nope. 91.
Oh! No, that would be a fumble if it was a couple higher, sadly. Okay, cool. So you just have you don't even notice Thomas Durfee. But Thomas, you are very much confused.
Unless he has my Italian soda, I really don't care.
Ooh, Thomas, you probably haven't brought her that at this point. You could grab it now if you wanted to, but you know, your mind is on what's happening out there, isn't it?
I'm not gonna notice because it's on my tab.
Sure.
And my tab is part of my page, so
he's gotten it, but he's spilled some of the Italian soda on his hand, so the outside of the cup is a little bit wet. Here you go. I apologize for the delay. And
oh, no, it's fine.
Everything.
You know, it's on the house, so.
Oh, it's your lucky night.
Well, I'm here all the time, Thomas.
But it's your lucky night tonight.
You know what? I feel like nobody. You feel like nobody recognizes you, but I do, because I'm here all the time, and you barely even recognize me.
Oh, that's the best compliment I've gotten all year.
Do you know my name, Thomas?
Miss Inez Ballard. Yes.
Okay. Well, point taken. All right. Thank you. Even though it's sticky.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No,
I've
it's
gotta
fine. Go take care of your paying guests.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you.
No, stop thinking. Get out of here.
Thank you.
Okay. So, in the meantime, as you step out, Winnie Peck is speaking to this woman, this very strange woman, and she says, "It's a very important play. Lou said you were a very good actress, and that..."
I mean, he's very kind. I was told that this was a great opportunity, so.
Yes. How long will it take to make a play?
Sorry, I thought the play was already made and he was going to pitch it to me tonight. Where is he, by the way?
It's written. It's already been written. But you can make it?
Well, there are a lot of things that go into making a play. You know, we'd need the set, we'd need the costumes, we'd need all the other actors.
Yes, you'll need the costumes. You will need the costumes.
Yes. Can I read the play? I thought that I was here to see the material.
Yes. 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 Not here. No.
I'm sorry. I was under the impression that I came here to see the play. I'm very confused about what's happening right now.
She reaches into her bag and pulls out a thin black book. She places
is that
it
the play?
in front of you. Yes. The cover of this book has a very interesting symbol on it. Do you have any points in occult? I don't think you do.
I just have a 5 there.
5. Well, you know what? Go ahead. Throw one out.
That is a 51.
Yeah. So you look at it, and it is not something that you recognize. It has been painted in a sort of very vibrant yellow paint, and it's this very strange pattern. And it looking at it almost gives you a headache. It seems to bend backwards over itself, and it seems weird. In fact, go ahead and make a sanity roll for me, Winnie.
65.
What is your sanity score? That's up at the top.
75.
Whoa! All right. So, Winnie, you look at it for a moment. You're able to just kind
High
of.
for an actor.
I know they should be. Yeah. You look for a while, and you're able to kind of pull your eyes off of it. You're able to, avoid. But that is this book that you've been given.
That is an interesting artwork.
Yes.
Sorry, I must have a cold or something. My head hurt a little bit. The play is inside this?
Yes. Yes. These are the words of the play. These are the words that the actors will say in the play.
Okay, so this is the script. Oh. Okay.
Yes, this is a script. This is the script.
Okay.
And this is what you will perform.
Well,
how long does
I haven't agreed to perform it yet. I would like to see it before knowing what I'm getting into.
He starts to cry. I thought. Oh!
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Here, let me. I grab the book.
Okay.
And I open it.
Great. You know what? Only because it's a new thing and your character's good at it, and you're doing this by looking at the book. I'd like you to make a reassure roll. That's the top of the new column. Let's see if we can reassure her, calm her down.
I got a 60.
Oh, that's so close. Okay.
I know.
Here's a question, Winnie. Would you like to spend 3 of your luck? You don't get to click the box, but you could make that a success.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Understood. All right, so reduce your luck to 70 or to 52, and you do this, and she sort of stops. She seems satisfied that you're doing it, and she still keeps rubbing her eyes, wiping her tears off, and looking very confused. So you open the book. The book seems to be it says that this is a translation from the original French. The translator is credited as R. Period. The play is called The King in Yellow. If you begin to look it over, it appears to be a strange, dream-like play about a place called Carcosa. And as you sort of look at this, there's a weird... I assume you're not reading, you're just kind of flipping through. Go ahead and I think we can actually probably not your biggest forte, but just give me a language own roll as you just kind of look this thing over.
Rolled 57. Language
Okay.
own is 75.
Okay. So This play seems very strange. It seems, from what little you can see of it, you're kind of not going too deep, but like it has very weird set pieces. You seem to see some characters who like appear once. It seems hard to produce.
Okay.
And it also just gives you a weird feeling.
I kind of close it and set it back down. I don't know that this is something that makes sense for me to be involved in. It's a very interesting play, but I think that maybe you might find better luck with one of the other actors or actresses to produce this.
I don't understand.
Well, maybe Mr. I can't remember his name. Benito. Maybe Mr. Benito. He knows so many other people around the theater, or maybe even he could find one of those moving picture directors that could help him put this together, and he knows so many other people. I'm sure you could find someone to put it together.
Moving picture. No, this is a play.
Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me. I have somewhere that I have to be, but this has been a pleasure. I think Winnie is getting a little bit weirded out by the vibes and just wants to get out of there.
Understandably. She will say, "What is a moving picture?"
Haven't you seen any of the Charlie Chaplin? It's basically a bunch of pictures, and they project it on a screen. It looks like it's happening right in front of you.
You think that would be better for this?
I've seen them try a lot of strange ideas, and this is a strange idea, and maybe it might be more doable that way.
She takes the book back and puts it back in her purse. She stands up and says, "Carcos has the Ayastur," and waves a hand. Borland, Clara, Inez, Thomas, and Winnie. All of you feel a strange wave of exhaustion just roll over you. Please make a sanity roll, all of you.
Oh, fantastic.
I was really thinking about how when Zane said his character sanity is 45, you're like, wow. And I'm like, mine's 40. So.
Oh, great. There we go.
Oh, 70, but my sanity is 80.
Oh, great.
Hey, it pays to be old and ugly.
4?
Old and homely.
Oh, I rolled a 72. My sanity is 70.
Oh, no. So wait, Thomas and Borland, you both rolled 4?
I rolled a 22.
Oh, 22. And you rolled a 4, Zane?
I'm feeling good right now.
Wow. Winnie, how did...
28.
28, okay. So that's a sanity. Clara?
I rolled 72 and my sanity is 70.
So Clara, here's an interesting thing. For sanity, you can actually use luck if you wanted to. If you want to spend 2 luck, you can also push the sanity roll, which is a dangerous thing.
I'll spend some luck. I got a lot of luck. Spend some luck.
Okay. So, with the 5 of you passing your sanity rolls, you all feel this strange wave of just like, kind of like pulsing exhaustion. But you sort of fight it off. However, Borland, Clara, and Winnie, you notice that everyone else in the restaurant collapses. Like tables, like out of chairs, there's like a massive clattering, dishes spilling, glasses breaking. Winnie, Clara, and Borland, the two of you also kind of blink for a moment and see that woman kind of walking out of the door of the place. Thomas and Inez, you hear the same from out there, but you also notice Anton and Carmilla and other people back in the kitchen, the other servers, all also collapse.
Thomas, what's in these sodas?
What's going on?
It wasn't sodas. I think it must have been, maybe there's a gas leak. There must be a gas leak. We have to open the doors. And he runs to go open the door.
Okay.
All right. And she'll go open doors as well.
All right, you guys run into the room. You see that everyone is unconscious except for Borland, Clara, and Winnie. Thomas, thank God Winnie's okay. Oh, thank God she's here. But if you guys go and throw open the doors and the windows, you do so, but everyone around you just still seems asleep.
What the hell? Why? We thought it was a gas leak. Why are you guys awake?
I don't know. What happened here? I just everyone just fell over.
I don't know. You had the Italian sodas too. Thomas, did you poison us? No.
I didn't have an Italian soda. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I need to leave. This has been a really strange night.
But I wasn't talking to you. You don't have an Italian soda in front of you. You two. You. Okay, Thomas. I know you're not guilty.
Thomas
All right.
has pulled a tablecloth off of one of the tables and is fanning the air to get the gas out.
Oh, I like that. Give me a, let's have that be no, just do your strength, Thomas. Roll your strength.
While he's doing that, can I look around and see if there's anything like weird or suspicious that might have
Ooh, sure.
been otherwise involved in this?
Give me a spot hidden roll, yeah.
Can I push my strength roll?
You can push your strength roll, please.
I hit a 92, so I can re-roll that, right?
Sure.
Yeah. 32. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So yes, Thomas, you managed to you guys feel like a lot of air moving. People on the ground. Oh, actually, well, no one is checking on people on the ground, so we're fine. So Borland, as you're looking around,
I rolled a 29, so it's a regular success.
Regular success. With a regular success, no, you just see a lot of people have fallen over. You don't see anything. I mean, you felt a weird wave of something. You probably get the sense that you're confused. Your head feels a little groggy, although you're by now coming out of it. But no, you don't see anything in particular of use.
Okay, so what's going on?
Well, clearly it can't be something in the air, otherwise we would all be affected.
Unless we're immune.
Immune...
You don't know the kind of chemicals I breathed in my childhood?
Well, okay. I did not breathe in many chemicals.
Oh, I guarantee you did. You just didn't know about it. They're invisible, do you know?
Mr. Durfee, is there something you served to all the other patrons?
No,
Perhaps a bad batch of something that was...
Clams.
no, they've all had different things on the menus with different things, different ingredients. There's no consistency here. It must have been. It must have been.
I don't know if this is. I feel so strange. That woman that was in here, she had a weird symbol on her really strange play, and she said something. I don't know what the words were. They weren't English, but she said something, and after that, that's when I felt so tired, and everybody fell down, and I don't know what's happening. Are you
saying she was foreign? Is this some sort of...
Is it like a Bolshevik thing?
I don't know. She spoke some words, and I don't know what they were. I didn't understand them, but then everybody fell over, and...
Could be Russian. Could be Bolsheviks.
Hypnosis.
What does that mean?
What?
Bolsheviks.
They
They did
communists.
use-
They took over Russia. You read the newspaper? My brother.
Okay,
my
but
brother
how
was
could
in
they say words and then make everyone pass out here?
I don't know.
And it wouldn't be any sort of gases because again,
Yeah.
it would have affected all of us.
If the Bolsheviks would have done something, if they're Russian or whatever, they would have done gases, and he aired it out really well. Good job, Thomas.
No, trust me. I know what gases are like from the war. This wasn't a gas thing. We'd all been done.
Okay, thank you for your service and everything, but what's your name? Pretty
Miss
Winnie?
Winnie.
Winnie. Oh, thank you, Thomas. I was asking her. Okay, Winnie. What do you know what this language was? Was it a romance language? Was it a
I
Germanic?
have no idea. I wasn't even supposed to meet with her. It was supposed to be somebody else, and she was so strange the whole time. She didn't seem to understand. She didn't know what the moving pictures were. She would just repeat things that I said to her. I don't know. I don't know.
You draw the symbol you saw. Perhaps it's an element of her language, and we can determine her
that's a good idea.
nationality from there.
I can try. I didn't look at it too long because it gave me a headache.
Does anyone have a pen and paper?
It gave you a headache.
Got pen, paper.
Wait a minute.
Sure.
Would Inez know about any kind of like ink or anything that would give you a headache?
Ooh, I like that. Do a
Calligraphy?
yeah, go ahead and do a calligraphy roll on that. It's kind of knowledge of
70
calligraphy.
76.
It's-
Ooh, that's a success.
Art calligraphy is an 80, so yes, for you that is a success. Inez, you certainly know of inks that can give people headaches from the fumes. You're unfamiliar with any that is when you're applying them. You're unfamiliar with any that upon being dried, being red, would knock you out.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did it look like freshly painted?
I don't know. It was in this like bright yellow ink. I can try to recreate it. I don't know how accurate it would be.
Try it.
Okay. I try to recreate it.
I like it, Winnie. All right, so yeah, you're given some paper. Go ahead and roll your intellect. It's one of the orange boxes up top for you. It's a 70. So you're just kind of roll like this is kind of just a memory test for you.
69.
Nice.
Put it in chat. We have an emote for that. It's not a number.
Nice.
It just says nice because whatever. There we go. What's fun though is not only is that a fun number, it's also that you really just scraped in with a success.
Just barely,
there.
yeah.
So Winnie does an okay job of drawing the symbol. Go ahead, Inez.
I know I'm not well versed in languages. However, being a calligrapher, she probably has translated things in languages. So could I do a calligraphy roll to see?
Inez, actually, if you look, you are good at languages. You are better at languages. I added extra points to you at languages. If you notice, what's under language own is a thing I've never seen anyone have points in, and for you, I was like, she should have it. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Language
Unknown.
Question.
Yes.
If looking at this gave Winnie a headache, would drawing it impact her at all?
That's a really good idea. Do a sanity roll.
Yeah. I kind of want to be insane.
Yeah. You gotta it's more fun that way.
Just push it if you succeed.
Be
Damn,
careful
70.
what you wish for.
Careful what you wish for in this game.
I'm gonna say with the 70, you kind of, as you're drawing it, you're kind of just skipping the parts that bothered you the most because you can't quite remember them.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't freak you out as much as you might hope. All right, Miss Ballard. How did your language unknown roll go?
36. So a regular success on language unknown.
Regular success, yeah, but...
Oh.
But what?
Does it appear to be a language unknown?
Language unknown just means it's not something you're familiar with, and in this case, I'm
Okay.
gonna allow it because you're like, is this like a, is this some weird stuff? I think
Okay,
you
because I wasn't sure if I
certainly.
should push it.
Oh well, Go ahead,
Or
push
not
it.
not push, but use my luck to bring it down to a hard success.
Sure.
For
Yeah, use 16 luck and make it a hard success, but then you don't get to click the box.
I'm not going to use this character anyway.
Smash cut 2. You guys are going to be these characters again next week.
No.
Maybe, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
that tracks.
We'll see if anyone survives.
Okay.
So you're doing that.
Yeah.
Well, you don't click the box if you're spending a bunch of
wait.
luck.
No.
Yeah. But with a hard success, Inez, you are confident of a few things. That unless Winnie is completely wrong about what she's drawing, which you don't think she is, she seems to have enough confidence, you are not looking at a... this is certainly not kind of like an alphabet. This appears to be more of a... some kind of sigil or symbol, which you actually are very familiar with from calligraphy as kind of, sort of embellishments and other things, like drawing a compass rose or drawing
I've done a lot of things for a lot of people.
Sure.
I don't ask questions.
This is definitely going to... You do not identify the language by drawing it, but, and probably you actually maybe should have had some points in this as I think about it. Tell you what, roll a D100 for me.
20.
20, great. You're over 5, so roll a d10, add that to your occult. We'll say that historically you've done some jobs for people in the occult before.
5.
5, great. So you have a 10 in occult now. Congratulations. I'll update that for you.
Oh,
All right,
thank
so go ahead and make an occult roll. It's a low
Occult.
thing, but it's a, yeah.
Nope, 84.
You maybe know enough to think this reminds you of those things you've done for the people who practice in the occult, who've maybe done weird, sort of signs and symbols. You don't know what this one could mean. You know people, however, who you could take it to.
Okay. I don't know what this means, but I've had a couple jobs and I've met a couple people, and I might know if we want to find out what's happening. I know who we could take this to. They might be able to help us. You
Miss
guys
Inez
wanna come?
who is it?
I'm not at privilege, or I'm not at liberty to say their name unless they want you to know their name. So, if you guys want to come, is everyone still breathing on the floor? Are we living corpses?
Somebody give me a first aid check.
I'll do it. I think I'm actually pretty decent at it.
Okay.
I just don't want to. You're a lawyer, right?
Oh, I'm
Just
not.
by your
decent
demeanor,
at it.
you seem like you know what you're doing.
And I rolled a 95, so I'm very not decent at it.
Oh man.
Thomas, he feels.
Wait, you rolled a 95? Damn.
Yeah.
96
So
would have been great.
No.
Thomas, you can check on people.
Thomas,
Yeah,
you want to give it a try?
Thomas rolled a 98, but can I push that if I have a 70?
You can push it with a 70.
A 5, baby.
So Thomas,
There
here's how we'll
Pushes are going good.
here's how we'll view this. You go over to some nearby patron, and you try to take their pulse, and you actually do see some shaking, but you realize like you're closing their windpipe because you were taking their pulse like this into their throat, and then you're like, nope, wrong, and then you move it, and and they sort of cough a little, so they do seem to be breathing and alive and just asleep and kind of groggy.
I think they're okay.
Okay, so we're not leaving corpses, right? I'm not culpable for this.
They're alive.
No,
Right.
I can guarantee that you're not culpable for anything here.
All right. I just want to make sure.
I don't see how I need to be a part of this. I
No,
mean, I
you're
have.
coming with us because you know the sigil.
You, my dear, are our greatest witness. I'm afraid you're quite essential to the case.
Your little friend could have caused this. I mean, at least by rumor.
I don't even know her. I wasn't even supposed to be meeting with her. I don't think that
Listen, doll, whether or not you want to be involved, you're involved. So you're gonna come with us, all right?
Let me tell you, sometimes it's good to get away from the scene as quick as you can.
You're better with us and you have an alibi this way. If you're off on your own, I can't say that you'll be protected should someone
Let's
come
skedaddle.
looking.
All right.
Thomas, you're coming too.
Yes, Miss. Just one moment, please. I need to make sure that
No, just
Anton
come
and
on.
Carmilla are okay.
She'll go like grab him by the collar and just like haul him out.
God, they're really
Sorry, Anton.
they're really the only ones you should have let him check on, since they were the ones who fell asleep on top of ovens and stuff. But anyway, with
Wait, there are people.
yeah, the people in the kitchen. That's who he wanted to check on. But sure.
No.
I was gonna say, hey, go make sure the stove's off and then come with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Oh,
did
okay.
that.
Fuck.
He is so loyal. Yeah,
Fortunately,
he
no
checks
one fell into a stove, so you're fine.
Oh God.
They just burned the chicken cacciatore. So,
No.
it's a tragedy! Well, all right. So, Inez, who are you going to take them to see?
Is it someone I know?
Well, it might be someone you know or someone connected to someone you know.
My niece, Alice Ballard.
Why are you... Well, you don't have to explain that, but you begin to lead them to Gedney Street. Now, this is in a different part of town. Are you guys... How are you going to get there?
The easiest way.
Well,
The
as you
fastest
guys
way.
step
the trolley
out...
car that we put the little dime in,
Well,
and we go.
There is a faster way than that.
Transporting with our minds.
That is not the one I was thinking of. The fastest way would be Borland Snow.
I was gonna say, is it gonna
I
be
got-
Mr.
I got my
Snow's
top outside.
automobile?
Yeah.
Are there enough seats in that?
Mr. Snow, remind me again what you were your traffic infraction was for?
Hopefully not
Yeah, they
vehicular homicide.
No, I would never run someone over with my car if they weren't asking for it.
I'll pretend I
Inez
didn't hear
will
that
look at
last part.
Clara.
Mr. Snow, again, what was exactly the nature of your crime?
It was claiming that I had a little too much extra junk in that trunk, you know?
All right. Well, whatever junk in your trunk you've got, better not slow us down. All right? Can you take us to
Or wrap us around any holes?
Yes, and
rest?
when she gives you the address, that is Gedney Street, which is like based pretty much directly across town. You're gonna have to go all the way. You have to cross the river, go to the north side. So,
Well, fine.
good thing you have a car, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
This is not literally the furthest 2 points you could be, but it is like this is a very far drive you guys are making. So, Borland, give me a drive roll. Drive automobile. Just because, you deserve to get to do the
I
thing
was
you're
like, you
great
better
at.
have given me a good fucking stat in this.
What's your stat in it?
90.
He's got he's real high at these.
Ooh, and I rolled a 9, which is an extreme success.
An extreme success. Almost a vital, even. With a 9, with an extreme success, Borland gets you into the car, and Clara, you have to admit, you only if you were under oath, obviously, you don't have to incriminate yourself. You have to admit that, this guy is a very talented driver. He gets you where you're going, you attract absolutely no suspicion. You were there very quickly, but you passed.
Good ride.
You saw the whiff of a police car up ahead, and he just went down a different street, still got you where you're going. Pulled up. You didn't even, it didn't jostle at all. And this is a Model T.
Very critical research, my client.
While you're in the car, are you all just kind of, Thomas, you're probably having to hang onto a running board. The ladies are probably just kind of, piled in. Anybody doing anything of note, saying anything of note, or do you just letting Borland drive you?
Well, I'll say to Winnie, hey, pretty girl like you, bet you've never been on an adventure like this.
I think Winnie is just kind of sitting there making herself as small as possible right now, just kind of in shock because this is not who she normally hangs out with. This is not her scene. She's kind of uh-huh.
What do you do anyway?
Have you ever been in an automobile before?
I've been in an automobile. I'm an actress on the stage. I do vaudeville.
Oh, what acts?
Well,
I
right
know a couple
now,
of clowns,
I,
if you know what I
I-
mean.
I, she's just so overwhelmed by like all the very strong personality. She just kind of like gets really quiet and just kind of like shrinks in her seat a little bit, trying to like not attract attention.
No, I'm
I
serious.
think you do. I think
do,
you do
like,
wonderful,
shape-
Miss.
What?
I think you do wonderful, Miss Winifred Winnie. No matter what you do.
All right, Mr. Jeffy, calm down.
Let him do his thing.
So where
Thank you.
where are we going?
To my
Uptown.
niece's place of work.
I have to be. I have further engagements that I will have to get to. So I don't.
What time is it?
As soon as we're done here, I'll drop you off wherever you need to be dropped off.
That's fine. I'll take the trolley.
And there
What
is.
time is it?
It is probably only like 7:30 or 8. It's dark,
Oh, okay.
but it's not kind of crazy late. So as you guys reach the north side, as Winnie declines, Borland snows. Sort of, very
Kind
kind
of
offer to
fancy.
try.
Nothing but chivalrous, might I say.
Yeah, Borland's offering. Thomas is back there just drooling over her. You guys pull up in a residential neighborhood, the north side. You all know the north side as being a this is the sort of, like higher end part of town. It's maybe not the fanciest houses, but very very nice, very old, considered a good part of town. The house in question is 320. What's the address here? You're on Gedney Street. That matters to you guys so much. You really all know what Gedney Street means. So you're like, oh my god, Gedney Street, cool. 588 Gedney Street.
Okay, so as they pull up, though, Inez will say, "All right, so you're gonna meet my niece. She's a little odd, but she knows a little bit about a lot of things."
So interestingly, your niece probably would not be here at this point. She usually works the mornings. You're coming to meet her employer.
Oh, okay, okay,
And I'm saying that for a thing that will become obvious in a moment.
okay. My niece knows a little bit about a lot of things, and she works for this man,
She works for Mr. Tillinghast.
and he's a collector and dealer of rare books. So, I think he'd know a little bit about what you, Miss Winnie, have shown us, because he collects some interesting things. Just based on what I heard, my niece is a little weird, in a good way. Love her. So just letting everyone know. And he is eccentric. Probably.
Make a luck roll. Let's see how much you've actually encountered him.
I've probably done some 50.
50? All right. Is that a success for you or no?
Oh, no, it's a fail.
You do not.
I have 24 luck. She's lying.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you said everything you said. You're just lying. Yeah, he's eccentric. He's a weirdo. Yeah.
He's eccentric. He's a weirdo. But he does collect a lot of things, and I mean, like, in a factual sense, from him collecting a lot of things, she's like, he knows a lot of stuff. So, we're just gonna see what he knows about this.
Great. Well, the store front of this sort of, it's a house, but there's kind of like a storefront. It simply reads Rare Books and Maps. And as you approach,
I think also as we're approaching, because Winnie has the potential of running into people that she knows, she's kind of like trying to keep
Understood.
a low profile.
Oh,
'cause
you know
she's,
what?
like,
let's gamify that. Winnie, give me you have the baseline for it. Why not try it? Give me a stealth roll.
Oh, honey, you look fine. I don't know why you're trying to hide yourself.
77.
Yeah, you're two. It's like by like looking down, every guy in town's like, oh my god, she doesn't even know how pretty she is. I gotta get in on that now.
Oh
Could we get inside right now?
Which they're going to.
All right.
Does Inez notice all of the guys?
There's it. That's more. It's not a full street, but
Oh, okay.
you know, the point is she's attracting more attention than she's keeping from herself. And as the door is not locked, there is a light on inside, but there's no like customers around. It seems, it's kind of late.
What is the name of the man who owns?
Edward Tillinghast, Tillinghast.
Okay, she'll go in and say. She'll just open the door and say, "Hello."
Okay, with that sort of thing, what is your listen score, Inez?
It is 20%.
Do any of you have really high listens?
Mine's 63.
Ooh,
Nice.
contender. No,
20.
20.
What
Mine's 20.
what was it again?
Listen. What's your listen score?
70.
I'm gonna say Thomas and Winnie. You're both pretty darn high, so why don't you both give me a listen roll, because you two, the others don't even hear anything to listen. You two hear a little bit of something inside.
27.
A 27, that is a hard success. Thomas?
I got a 61, a regular success.
Thomas, you hear some kind of like weird, you hear the sound of like something stopping. You hear the sound of like, that sound of like when like you open a door and you hear somebody like immediately stopping or hiding, or like that kind of, you kind of get a sense of that. Winnie, you actually hear rather distinctly like someone saying, "Shh, go." Like that.
Okay.
And as Inez calls out, just a few moments later, a gentleman walks out. He's about mid-50s, kind of small, portly, receding hairline, kind of a graying beard and very bushy mustache. He has kind of very fancy half-moon spectacles on. His suit looks a bit threadbare. He's got a nice red bow tie, but he sort of steps out and says, yes.
What's
Oh.
his name?
Mr. Tillinghast. Should I say that again? I feel like I've said that a few times this session.
I forgot.
All good.
Mr. Tillinghast. Hi. So nice to meet you in person. Heard so many good things about you. My niece is Alice. She works here. You might not know her. She's the help. I know how it is. I've got something interesting for you that you might be, interested in. This young lady, and she'll bring Winnie up, has seen a book that's very rare, and it had a symbol on it, and I thought you might be able to identify it, and maybe you'd want to seek it out.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you so late.
Oh,
in the evening. 7:30.
Not at all. I was just in the back. What can I do for you?
It's this. She drew it on a piece of paper, right? Or a napkin or
Yeah.
something.
She drew it on a napkin.
Okay. This.
He'll take whatever you're gonna give to him.
Just wondering if you could shed a little light on what this might be.
Well, let's see here. He kind of, does that business.
And she would love to know, and she'll scoot Winnie forward.
I don't recognize it, but he sort of goes over to some of his other books and starts looking it over. You don't happen to know the name or any other information, author, writer of the symbol in any other context?
It was this woman with dark hair. She had these eyes that I feel like I must have hallucinated. I felt almost kind of like a trance. She said some strange words. Would she remember the place that all of it because it wasn't the play?
You probably remember the title of the play.
Okay, it was on a little black book. The title of the play was something about a king.
The King in Yellow.
The king in yellow, and the symbol on the book was also yellow.
And something that you might find interesting is that everybody passed out after this was exposed.
Okay. So one really cool thing is that, as you were saying that and as he was moving on to look through this is what I just rolled for that guy.
Oh, no!
So, he,
The highest possible. Or good, or bad. I don't know.
maybe it's good.
We're gonna find
Maybe
out.
it's bad. He sort of listens to that and says, the king in yellow. The king in yellow.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that book. I don't have a copy.
Wait, book? She said it was a play.
It is a rare book.
A rare book of a play?
I believe some people say that it contains a play, yes.
So is it a play or a book? Or is the play within the book?
He kind of looks at you very strangely. He seems very, very kind of confused.
I'm confused too.
Do you know what the play was about? I couldn't make any sense of it. I tried to read it, but it didn't.
I've never... He looks at the ground and then he begins to scream. He begins to scream as if he is just... He's looking down at the floorboards. He's stumbling backwards. He actually knocks over one of his rare bookcases.
Okay, well maybe...
Please compose
When
yourself.
he tried to reassure him,
You absolutely can. This is a real attempt to do so.
God damn it, 65.
Do you want to push it? Yeah. Push it.
Ah, fuck it, why not?
Push it real good.
Nah. Here we go.
67.
Yeah.
Nope.
You try to reassure him. You sort of step forward. What do you say as you try to reassure him?
Are you okay? What's wrong? What can we get you anything? Please calm down.
He sort of pushes back at you, sort of lashing out. Winnie, either give me a fighting, brawl, or a dodge roll.
Oh boy, here we go.
Well, they're so close to each other. Oh, I got a 20.
Which one were you
And
doing?
I was rolling for dodge, which is
Dodge.
30. I mean,
Okay.
but it would have worked either.
So you have a success. Great. Okay, so that's good. He swings violently at you. Kind of trying to... it doesn't seem like he's attacking you. He's more just trying to push you, get you away. But you manage to get out of the way. You're not hurt or anything.
I mean, now that he's trying to attack a lady, you know, as a immaculate, consummate gentleman, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go and see if and try and restrain him.
Great. Go ahead and make a fight roll with the guy. Fighting brawl.
That's a success.
Yeah, you can restrain him pretty easily. He just keeps saying, "Crawling! Oh, they'll crawl all over me! Oh God! Oh God! He's like frothing at the mouth. He's something is very wrong with this gentleman.
Like, hey, cooling.
You're holding him in place, but he is still kind of kicking up. It's taking all your strength to kind of keep him where he is. Anybody else?
I'm quite mad.
Thomas
Think
is
what you
looking
said.
around for like a stick to put in his mouth.
Okay, make a luck roll.
Would I see any books or anything that might be of use?
Go ahead and make. Ooh, that might be of use. Make a library use roll.
Okay. I
Well-
used that word specifically. Okay, 32. That's a hard success.
Okay. Thomas, how'd your luck go?
18.
18. You do in fact find like a broom, like a brush handle. You can kind of jab into his mouth.
He thinks this is a great idea.
While they're all doing that, can I ask Winnie, do you remember what she said?
Does Winnie remember any of what she's like? Any of the words?
Make an intellect roll.
63.
What is your intellect score?
70.
Yeah, you could start saying some of the words. You think it was something about like, you think it was something you recall, Carcosa.
Good with lines.
It was something like, you definitely know Carcosa was in there, and you think it maybe had something about Hastoira?
Louis Pasteur?
It was something like carcass, Carcosa,
I'm saying it, like-
Hastur?
Like she said it.
All right, you say that, Clara. In the meantime, you find a book on psychology, like a rare tome of like a book about psychology. So you have found a book that is useful. But Winnie says this, and when Winnie says those words, the guy starts like howling even crazier. And then a woman steps out of the back room very rapidly and puts her hand on Winnie's mouth and says, Winnie, I suppose, I think actually she could probably get there if you you can make a dodge or a fight and everything, but I think she'll kind of just, well, I'll roll for it, hold on. Oh yeah, I've rolled a 4, so she definitely just walks out and just like, boom, just like does this. It says, don't. Inez, you recognize this as your niece, Alice Ballard.
Alice.
And she kind of just looks around and says to you, Winnie, don't say those words.
What do they mean?
She'll move her hand off and say, you shouldn't know those words.
What's wrong with words? Words never hurt anybody.
Alice,
That
we-
is-
Some woman said them and everybody passed out, and now we're here, and I don't even want to be here in the first place. And I just almost got attacked by this man.
She
Oh.
saw a sigil, and I knew that your boss or whatever might know what it was. Alice, you want to take a look?
She walks over to the man. And this, by the way, to the rest of you, this seems to be like a young woman. She is wearing, she's basically wearing, like a housekeeper's outfit. Well, it's kind of unbuttoned. She looks very casual in it, but she's walking out. And, she goes over to Tillinghast, who's still like freaking out even more after you said those words, Winnie. And she kind of just like she just touches. She kind of touches his head. How do you actually cast this? Hold on. Ah, there it is. She touches the guy's head and kind of like mutters something, and he falls asleep.
Who is closest to Inez?
Of the people there, probably you're probably pretty close to Winnie, and she's stepped away, so probably Winnie is closest to you. Maybe Thomas was over there putting a broom in the guy's mouth. Clara or Winnie are closer to you.
Oh, okay. She'll lean over to Winnie and say, "She's always been a little odd." Alice.
She turns back and looks at you, and she looks very different than usual. She looks like mad.
I came here for help. Whatever Winnie saw was weird, and I know you deal with some strange things here. I know you're your boss, whatever he is. I know you deal with some strange things. I've translated some things for his friends. So I saw 50 people go unconscious in front of me. So of course I came here. You can't blame me.
Fine.
You're my sister's daughter, and I've got to trust you, okay?
She looks at you and says, "You do." Fine. Everyone sit down. She looks at Borland and says, "You can let him go. He's asleep."
Right. I'll kind of gently prop him against the wall.
All right. So, from what I heard, someone here saw the king in yellow?
I did.
Okay. Oh, snap. I rolled so low. She has a 33 in Cthulhu Mythos, and we rolled under that. So she will say... Okay. Tell me about this woman. She sort of sits down, and you guys sit down too, and as she kind of just focuses and breathes out, and as you prepare to either tell her or not, that is where we will end this episode tonight, which means we will be returning to the 1920s next week. I thought we might be here for a couple sessions. I felt a little bad just having you guys have randomly assigned ones for a multiple part thing, but sometimes such things happen. We did it a lot in Blood from a Stone after all, so, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all, but that was very fun. If you can't tell the reason, and apologies to anyone for me kind of doing these weird pauses and look throughs, I'm just doing this because it's rare for me to have this for one of these games. I'm using the Arkham book, so I'm all these NPCs you're hearing about are real people, so I'm actually having to look up where stuff is and what street stuff's on. I'll go ahead and show you guys, or if you guys are all watching on a couple of these characters have actually had some stuff, so I'm just gonna pull this in front of our Zoom window just so you can kind of see what's happening, see who some of these folks are. This is Mr. Tillinghast, the guy who that's the guy you were helping, that's the guy who freaked out at you. And then there's a drawing of your niece Alice as well. Here's Alice for you there. So, anyway.
That's a Latina if I ever saw one.
Fair enough. If you ever saw one.
If I ever saw one.
Okay. So, so there you go. So I guess we'll be coming back here next week to see the conclusion as you guys dip a little deeper into Tillinghast exactly. Thanks. Lauren Shuby. But thanks. That was fun. I appreciate having all of you here. I probably just should have had you all at the same table by default. But instead I asked why everyone's here, and then we had 3 different things to cut between, so that's good storytelling. But it was fun once you all got in the car together. Then I was like, all right, now we're doing it. So thanks so much for watching. Yeah, we will have another session of this next Friday as we continue these preludes before, once I am back in LA, I will then have the sort of bandwidth to actually jump into this new show and build all your guys' characters, and also we'll have some fun historical events in Arkham we can reference and pull from as well. So that'll be great. So that'll be next week, next Friday. On Sunday, we should have another one of our Monster the Ravagings as we sort of race to the big finish before sunrise on that game. They're going to go to, I think they're going to hell, or they're going to go meet with a devil of some kind. So join us for that on Sunday in that gothic punk nonsense. And on Monday, we will have another session of Dreamland's Theater of the Mind of MEI. Right now, we actually have a very sort of like close vote over what they do. So you can go to our Discord to vote on that and also just interact with us in general. It's a fun hang there online for some folks. You can go to our YouTube to watch old episodes and the wiki to see how all these games kind of intersect and go together. Also follow all these wonderful people on their socials and the stuff they're up to. Would anybody like to plug anything in particular? Ha 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 ha.
Go ahead.
No, you go first.
Oh, I was gonna say there's a link in my Instagram story currently to an episode of a podcast that I was just on to talk about Star Trek and advertise the film that I'll be shooting later this year. So that just came out today.
Very cool.
If folks are interested.
I, on my Twitch channel, will be streaming.
Hooray!
Yes.
What
On
will you be
Thursdays.
streaming?
I haven't decided
Oh,
yet.
okay. Oh, I wasn't trying to
Popular
be.
demand, and also my brother has been like, when are you streaming again?
There you go.
Oh,
That'll be
You're
fun.
gonna be streaming your brother.
It will be.
I might actually be streaming with my brother
That's
on
cool.
things that he just wants to make fun of me for. So like you will see me but hear him make fun of me.
Will it be more horror games where you react a lot?
Potentially, yes. And
Okay.
that and our housemate, he goes by Juju online. So my brother and Juju will be making fun of me on my channel. So follow it on player info.
There you go.
You can find it there. I don't know when I'll be starting, but soon.
Great.
So-
Well,
Because they both want to see me fail and also be scared.
sounds very nice and uplifting. Anything else?
Zane has little trees.
Zane,
A little treat.
and also thanks to everyone in chat. I don't know if we have any specific thanks for chat tonight.
Oh, we do. We actually have our very own player, Ayayoshi, brought in a raid this evening. I didn't even know about
You raided into us.
at the very beginning. Raided into us with
Wow.
48 viewers. That's a lot of viewers.
That's
And I
so
know
many
so
viewers.
much.
Much appreciated.
We got a follow from 455 Lover or 455 Lover or 455 Lover, however it is said. We also had our very own Lauren Shuby resubscribe for 10 months.
That's so many months.
Love to
Yeah.
see it.
Enough to have a baby. We also had a follow
Oh
from
wow.
Garf Live this evening, and then a stream of May came in and dropped a cheer of 69 bits.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Well,
Thanks, y'all.
that just warms the
That's such a
cockles of my
wholesome
heart.
amount.
Yeah. Well, thanks everyone. This was very fun. We will see you guys next time. Until then, whatever you do, avoid the call of Cthulhu. Ooh, tentacle face. Oh, are we secretly into it? Are we scared of the tentacles or do we kind of like them? Who knows? Oh, has its uses, right? You know? Okay, bye-bye.